Let's be honest for a moment. Most men today don't lose time in dating because they lack effort. They lose time because they ignore reality. They spend months, sometimes years, chasing women who were never truly interested in them from the very beginning. They excuse cold behavior, overanalyze mixed signals, and convince themselves that if they just wait a little longer or try a little harder, things will eventually change. But attraction doesn't work like that. In today's dating world, confusion is rarely accidental. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, you won't have to decode her behavior. You'll feel it through her effort, her energy, and her consistency. And when she's not interested, she shows that just as clearly, not always through words, but through actions most men choose to ignore. This video isn't about blaming women, and it's not about turning men bitter or resentful. It's about clarity. Because the real damage isn't rejection. It's staying where you're not wanted and slowly sacrificing your self-respect in the process. Most men fail because they believe persistence creates attraction. They think more attention, more effort, or more patience will change her mind. In reality, chasing low interest only lowers her respect for you. Today, we're going to strip away the illusions and break down the 7 undeniable signs a woman shows when she's not into you. If you recognize even a few of them, the smartest move isn't to chase harder. It's to walk away with dignity. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, one of the first things she respects is your time. She shows up when she says she will. She communicates if something changes. And even when life gets busy, she makes an effort to stay connected. Attraction creates consistency without forcing it. But when she's not interested, your time starts to feel disposable. She shows up late without acknowledging it. She cancels plans at the last minute. Messages that should take minutes to reply to suddenly take hours, sometimes days. And there's always an excuse ready. Here's the reality most men avoid. People don't find time for what they want. They make time for what they want. If she truly wanted to see you, you wouldn't constantly feel like you're fitting yourself into the gaps of her schedule. You wouldn't be the backup plan. You wouldn't be waiting around hoping she finally follows through. The dangerous part is how often men excuse this behavior. They tell themselves she's stressed, overwhelmed, or just busy right now. And while everyone gets busy, repeated disrespect for your time isn't busyness. It's low interest. The moment you tolerate it, you send a clear message. Your time isn't valuable. And once that lesson is learned, her behavior won't improve. In fact, it usually gets worse. Imagine this. You plan a date, she agrees. Then an hour before, she cancels and says, "We'll reschedule." You say no problem, but she never brings it up again. That's not confusion, that's clarity. If a woman consistently treats your time like it's optional, believe her actions. Respect yourself enough to stop waiting. Attention is the clearest indicator of attraction. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, she's present. She listens when you speak. She engages in the moment and makes you feel like you matter. You don't have to compete for her focus. She gives it willingly. When she's not interested, her phone suddenly becomes the most important thing in the room. She scrolls through social media, laughs at messages, checks notifications, and types while you're sitting right in front of her. It's not subtle, and it's not accidental. This isn't about phones or technology. It's about priority. If she can give her full attention to Instagram, group chats, or random notifications, but can't give you 10 minutes of focused presence, she's telling you exactly where you stand without saying a word. Many men stay quiet in these moments because they don't want to appear insecure or demanding. They sit there, hoping she'll eventually put the phone down and re-engage. But silence doesn't protect your dignity. It quietly gives it away. The moment you accept being second place to a screen, you accept being second place in her mind. A woman who values you doesn't need reminders to be present. She naturally puts distractions aside because she wants to connect. A woman who doesn't will keep you competing for her attention. And that's a competition you'll never win. Picture this. You're having coffee together. She spends half the time texting and smiling at her phone. When you ask what's funny, she says, "Oh, nothing," and goes right back to typing. The message couldn't be clearer. She's mentally elsewhere, and you're not the destination. Everyone has responsibilities, work, studies, family, stress. Life gets demanding for all of us. But here's what most men need to understand. Attraction doesn't disappear because of a busy schedule. If anything, real interest finds a way through it. When a woman genuinely likes you, she makes small but consistent efforts. A quick text during a break, a short call while running errands, planning ahead so she can spend time with you later. The effort may not be perfect, but it's there. When she's not interested, even the smallest effort feels like a burden. Messages go unanswered. Calls are avoided. Simple plans turn into complicated excuses. And suddenly, "I've just been really busy" becomes her most reliable response. Pay attention to the contradiction. Her busy life doesn't stop her from seeing friends, posting online, or finding time for entertainment. She's not too busy to live, she's too busy for you. And that distinction matters. Many men fall into the waiting trap. They tell themselves the timing is wrong and that things will improve once her schedule clears. But the truth is, timing doesn't stay wrong forever for someone you truly want. If you mattered the way you hope you do, she would create space for you, even in small ways. Low effort is not a phase, it's information. And chasing someone who consistently gives you minimal effort doesn't build attraction. It only reinforces that you're willing to accept less than you deserve. If she wanted to make time, she would. Don't confuse patience with self-respect. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, conversation feels natural and effortless. She asks questions, reacts to what you say, and shares pieces of her own life. There's curiosity on both sides. You don't feel like you're performing. You feel like you're connecting. When she's not interested, every interaction feels heavy. You're the one starting conversations. You're the one asking questions. And you're the one trying to keep things alive. Her replies are short, delayed, or emotionally flat. Jokes fall silent. Stories go nowhere. The energy is one-sided, and it drains you. This isn't about you lacking conversation skills. Attraction creates engagement automatically. When interest is there, people want to talk. They don't need to be impressed. They're already invested. What's really happening is emotional distance. She's not thinking about deepening the connection. She's thinking about getting through the interaction without encouraging anything more. And that's why the conversation feels forced instead of fluid. Many men make the mistake of believing they can fix this by trying harder, being funnier, more interesting, or more thoughtful. But attraction doesn't grow from effort alone. It grows from mutual desire. You can't talk someone into wanting you. Another clear sign is initiation. If she rarely starts conversations, never checks in, and doesn't ask about your life unless prompted, that's not shyness. It's lack of interest. If you constantly feel like you're pushing the interaction forward while she's leaning back, listen to what that imbalance is telling you. A connection should feel shared, not dragged. If talking to her feels like work instead of enjoyment, that's your answer. When a woman is truly attracted to you, she looks for opportunities to spend time with you, especially one-on-one. Private moments are where connection deepens, where comfort turns into chemistry, and where real attraction has space to grow. But when she's not interested, she does the opposite. She keeps things safely in group settings. Friends are always invited. Plans are always public. There's always some kind of buffer between you and her, not because she's unaware, but because she's intentional. Many men misread this sign. They tell themselves she's just social, shy, or not ready yet. But here's the truth. If she wanted to be alone with you, she would make it happen. Attraction seeks closeness. Disinterest creates distance. Staying around her in group environments may feel like progress, but it isn't. Being physically present without emotional or romantic access doesn't build attraction. It builds familiarity. And familiarity without attraction leads straight to the friend zone. Too many men settle for proximity. They think, at least I'm around her. But being nearby doesn't mean you're getting closer to her heart. In fact, the longer you accept group-only access, the more firmly you reinforce the role she's already placed you in. This isn't about forcing private moments or pushing boundaries. It's about recognizing the message being sent and respecting yourself enough to stop chasing situations she clearly doesn't want. If she consistently avoids one-on-one time with you, don't take it personally. Take it seriously. Step back with dignity and stop investing where intimacy isn't welcome. Words can be polite. Smiles can be misleading. But body language is honest. It often reveals the truth long before someone is willing to say it out loud. When a woman is interested, her body naturally leans toward you. She faces you fully, maintains comfortable eye contact, and keeps her posture open. She may find small reasons to close the distance, a light touch, playful movement, or simply staying close. These behaviors aren't forced. They happen without thought because attraction is present. When she's not interested, the opposite signals appear. Her body angles away from you, arms cross. She creates physical space. Eye contact is brief or avoided altogether. If you move closer, she subtly moves back. Even when she's being polite, her body feels closed and guarded. Many men ignore these signals because they focus on her words instead. Maybe she's still talking, maybe she's smiling, and they convince themselves she's just shy or reserved. But body language rarely lies. If her body is pulling away, her mind already has. Trying to push past closed signals doesn't make you confident. It makes her uncomfortable. Attraction cannot be forced through persistence, and boundaries shouldn't be treated as challenges. Confidence is awareness. It's knowing when to lean in and when to step back. A man with self-respect reads the room and responds accordingly. If her body language consistently communicates distance, believe it. You're not meant to convince someone to open up to you through effort alone. Respect the signals, protect your dignity, and walk away when the message is clear. When a woman genuinely values you as a romantic option, she doesn't make you feel replaceable. Even in social settings, her attention naturally stays with you. She doesn't go out of her way to entertain other men while you're right there. When she's not interested, that restraint disappears. She laughs a little too hard at another man's jokes. She touches his arm during conversation. She gives him playful eye contact, all while you're watching. Sometimes this behavior is intentional. Other times, she's simply unaware because she doesn't see you in a romantic light. Either way, the message is the same. Too many men interpret this as a challenge. They think they need to step up, compete, or prove themselves. But attraction isn't a competition you can win through effort. It's a choice she makes naturally. Competing for her attention doesn't increase your value. It lowers it. It makes you appear insecure, reactive, and emotionally invested in someone who hasn't chosen you. A woman who respects you won't put you in a position where you feel like you're auditioning for her approval. If she's openly giving romantic energy to other men in your presence, she's showing you exactly where you stand. The confident response isn't jealousy, it's detachment. It's recognizing the signal and choosing to remove yourself from a situation that doesn't serve you. If she doesn't choose you when you're standing right in front of her, she won't choose you when you're not there. Respect yourself enough to walk away. 2.